In its 140-year history, Polytechnic University has risen to become one of the nation's leading technological universities. Polytechnic is the second oldest independent technological university in the United States, boasting 3 campuses in Brooklyn, Long Island, and Westchester. Among Polytechnic's 35,000 alumni, 1,200 are company presidents, CEOs, and senior officers. Also, within the Poly family are 2 Nobel Prize winners. Poly's been helping to realize some pretty exciting dreams for a long time. Polytechnic ranks in the top 5% of the U.S. colleges and universities, and it is one of the country's leaders in awarding engineering degrees to women. At Poly, minorities represent over 50% of the student body. Polytechnic not only takes pride in its academic excellence, but in its special mission of educating first-generation immigrants and the sons and daughters of the working class. Over 90% of the university's student body receives scholarships. This is the story of 5 of these promising students.
I live in Jackson Heights, Queens, New York. My neighborhood was always like sort of in the middle of being too noisy or too busy.
You see, drugs and prostitution once you get out of the train station, and it's all along that avenue. And I live just 2 blocks away from there.
My parents started out in this country doing like odd jobs, and over the past 15 years they've been like small business owners.
Well, my father, he's a manager at a furniture factory, and my mother, she's a homemaker.
You know, they always wanted the best for me.
So I would have to say my heroes are my mom and dad.
I'm going to give a lot of pride to my family, because I'll be a first-generation engineer. I'm a, first-generation Ecuadorian American. Everybody
in my building, is pretty proud that I'm going on. I see myself coming back to my community and showing them that someone like me, a Hispanic, can get through college and become an engineer.
When I was younger, I used to just think how much I loved airplanes. I just loved the feel around them. There was nothing more I loved than to hear the engines, even to smell the fuel, anything. Now, after 4 years of engineering school, you think, well, what's the angle of incidence on root chords and tip chords, and what's the aspect ratio? What's his maximum cruise? What's his critical cruise? I mean, it's stupid because, you think, my God, I'm such a geek. It's just something that happens. I mean, you just start reading Jane's Aircraft of the World book just for no reason at all, just because you're interested. I want to be seen just as equally as my male counterparts. But I don't want it to get down to that, because it's just all about really good engineering. It's about having really good ideas and really understanding the fundamentals of engineering.
The reason they came over here is because I think the main goal was for us to have a better education, so we can have a better life, or better jobs or whatnot. See, since I'm the first person to enter college, they have really high expectations. When I was teaching them how to say Polytechnic, and when they finally got it, both my dad and my mom got it, and they mentioned it to some of their friends, and they were really proud because their friends said, oh, really? That's a really good school, and your daughter go there? She must be really smart. And they told me this, and you can see they're trying to say something, but they had a little smile on their face, they're really proud.
When I was younger, I had dreams of creating artificial, you've seen Bionic Man and all that. I had dreams of creating artificial body parts, better body parts to make the blind see, electronic miracles. Well, my name is David Polk, David O'Neill Alexander Polk. O'Neill from my father's side, and Alexander from my grandfather. Picked up that name after he died. I'm from East New York, Brooklyn. My mom in Trinidad, she completed her education, just came to America, how that goes. Everybody from all around wants to come to America. for good fortune, make their living. My father traveled a lot. For a couple of years, he was a musician. I guess somehow they got together and ta-da. Really what I want to do is I want to work with electronics, and I just want to shape the future, to do things that humanly are impossible, but with the help of technology possible. Like seeing the stars as close as 4 feet away, a piece of a telescope. You know, using your environment to augment whatever abilities, human abilities you have. That's technology. You can walk, yeah, but car gets you there faster. Technology.
Promise for me is the opportunity to be what I want to be, to do what I want to do.
Poly has opened doors I've never seen before in my life.
I have to promise to do as well as I can because you've invested enough money by giving me the scholarship, so the very least I can do is hold up my end of the deal.
And I always wanted to be in an environment where everything's possible.
Promise means that there's hope, there's potential. This person could be somebody.
Polytechnic University, making dreams come true.